Hey everyone, my name is Matthias Falkenheiner and I'm a local sports photographer and videographer based out of Orlando, Florida. And today I'm going to show you how I was able to get my first ever sports credentials. So let me just give you a little bit of background as to how I was able to get my first ever credentials and media pass. But before that, let me just start by saying I am so excited, I am so happy, and I'm so grateful to be able to have gotten this opportunity so early in my career. So just for reference, I've been shooting sports photography and videography since I would say about March of this year. Currently we're in July, so it hasn't been that many months. It's been about 4 months. And I'm just so grateful and so happy. So just so you guys know, the team I'm going to be shooting today are the Orlando Predators. They're an arena football team here out of Orlando, Florida. I'm going to be shooting today in the Kia Center, which is where the Orlando Magic play. So leading up to this, I basically sent out a ton of emails to a bunch of different people. I sent out about 10 or 11 emails and messages to all of the lead photographers, videographers, lead creatives at all of the professional teams here in Orlando. So the Orlando Magic, the Solar Bears, UCF, etc. All the professional teams here. And the way I actually messaged the Orlando Predators was through their website. So I logged onto their website and I hit the little contact me button. And then I just sent them a general message saying, hey, my name is Matthias. I would love to be able to shoot one of your games or one of your practices. Please let me know if I'd be able to do this. Of course, I'd share all of my pictures completely free, and you can add it to your social media, to your website. And then at the bottom, which is very important, I attached my professional website where I have all of basically my portfolio, my pictures, my video, and I also gave them my Instagram just as a little just a little add-on basically. So after waiting about 2 to 3 weeks, they replied to me. They replied to me the week of their playoff game. So they replied to me and said, hey, you can definitely come out. Just make sure you send us all of the pictures so we can review them. And just as long as you send us all of the pictures, it'll be no big deal. So after reading this message, I was so excited to get to go shoot a practice for the team. I haven't shot any professional sports or basically any adult sports. All of the sports I've mainly shot have been either high schoolers or club sports, so it's been kids. So getting this opportunity was huge for me. And what ended up happening was the day that I was gonna go shoot the practice, the general manager messaged me saying that he needed a huge favor. So because their playoff game was going to be this week, they had forgotten to get 10 headshots for 10 of their players that would go up on the Jumbotron and would go up on CBS, I know, CBS, when they would introduce the players. So he asked me a huge favor. He asked me, can you take just 10 headshots of these 10 players? I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll give you free tickets so you guys can come to the game. And of course, I said, of course, I can take these pictures. I'm happy to be of any help to you. I brought my big lighting setup. I took a few pictures for them. And then at the end of the day, I came home immediately and I sent them the pictures as soon as I could. And the reason this is so important was because he told me he needed the pictures at the very latest the next morning to get them sent out. So he was really in a crunch and I was able to help him. After sending him the pictures and emailing him again, he told me he was very grateful that I was able to help him. And in my email, when I provided him those pictures, I actually asked him once again if I'd be able to go shoot their playoff game that they have this week and get essentially a media pass and get my credentials. And because he was so grateful I did him this favor, he allowed me to come into the game and he essentially granted me a media pass so I can go shoot the professional game. Fast forward, today is that day. Today is Friday. Today we're gonna go shoot a professional arena football game, a playoff game at that. And I'm gonna take you guys along just so you can see what the process is like and also see what my experience is like getting my first credentials, getting my first media pass at a professional game in the Orlando Magic Stadium. So I'm gonna take you guys along and I couldn't be more grateful and more excited, and I'll see you guys in there. Really quick, I'm about to come into the Kia Center. I don't think there's any signs, but come into the Kia Center for the first time to shoot a game for the Orlando Predators. We got a sign, Kia Center, right there. Guys, I just finished shooting my first ever professional sports game. It was for the Orlando Predators, an arena football team here in the Orlando Magic Center or the Kia Center. First ever pass. Hopefully they let me keep it because I'm gonna definitely frame this. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm so happy, I'm so grateful. Got amazing shots. and I can't wait to get back home, edit them, and just show you guys all the great content. But overall, as I'm reflecting on the experience, this is an amazing opportunity. I got to speak with so many different photographers and videographers and just people who work at the arena. Everyone's so friendly and so nice here. And the one common thing I noticed, or that everyone told me, was you just gotta keep putting yourself out there. Keep sending emails, keep sending messages, connect with people. I told people the experience that I had by just messaging random people and getting this opportunity, and everyone shared a similar experience. So if I learned anything from my first ever pro day, it's that you just gotta keep trying. Keep you guys posted. Hey guys, so I just wanted to share some thoughts after the game. So at this time, I'm 2 weeks removed from the game, and let me just say, I'm just as happy today as I was the day of the game. It was an amazing experience. I'm so happy I was able to go. But let me give you the key takeaways from going to that game. So first off, I do just want to start by saying I feel like I was in the right place at the right time for that game. It was a huge coincidence that the manager needed a favor and I was able to give him that favor or help him out with that favor. Ultimately, that's what allowed me to go to the professional game to begin with. But something else that I do want to share is that while I was at the game, I was able to speak to many photographers, as I just said, and videographers. And the key thing that everyone told me was essentially do not give up. And what that looks like is sending out emails, as I showed you earlier in the video, sending out emails to as many teams as you can, speaking to as many people, and just connecting as most as you can with sports creatives. So networking is going to be really key here and ideal. And something that I do want to say, like, networking obviously happens in person, but another great way to network is just commenting on people's Instagram posts, liking people's pictures, just showing love to the sports creative that you see all across the country. While I went to the game, I was able to meet this amazing person named Jason. As soon as I got to the game, I obviously noticed that he was a photographer there and I was a photographer. But essentially, I walked into the stadium, and the moment I walked in, I was just lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to put down my stuff. It was obvious that it was my first time being there. He was kind enough to basically show me around the stadium. So Jason has been to the Amway Center, or sorry, now the Kia Center, multiple times. He actually shoots for the local hockey team there, which is the Solar Bears, which are a Division II team here in Orlando. So he's very familiar with the space, with the media room, where everything is. And as soon as I walked in, I had my camera on my back, or my camera bag on my back. I was holding all of my gear. I was just kind of holding everything, putting it on the floor, and just figuring out as I went. And Jason was actually kind enough to show me around the stadium. So after speaking with him for a little while, he introduced me to where the medium room was, which I showed you a clip of earlier in the video. He showed me where the medium room was. He showed me where I could put down all my stuff, where he put his stuff, and kind of just some best practices when in the stadium. So I was so happy I met Jason very early in the game. He was able to show me around and just kind of give me the tips of being at the stadium. He also showed me the best places to shoot, whether that was photography or videography, where the players are going to come out, and just the whole process of how the game was going to go. So shout out to Jason. I'm actually going to tag his Instagram down below. Guys, please give him a follow. He's such a nice guy. He was an amazing guy, and I really don't know what I would have done if I didn't meet him there, because he really steered me in the best possible direction to succeed. One other thing I did want to share with you guys, and it's actually something that Jason taught me while I was at the game, is that there's a different way of getting into these sports games. So obviously, one method that I talked about was just emailing every sports creator that you can, asking to see if you can go shoot with them, messaging the teams. Obviously, that is a great way, and if it works, perfect, great for you. But something that I noticed might be a little easier and might be more likely to work that Jason introduced me to was reaching out to different news outlets or sports news outlets. So for example, a huge one that we're all familiar with is Bleacher Report, or BR Sports. So Bleacher Report essentially gets all of their photographers and videographers cleared to go see these games because they're a news outlet that report on sports. That is a huge scale. Much smaller scale, which is something that Jason does, is he actually works with a local sports journalist here in Orlando. And because he's a journalist, he gets access to get into all these games. That's how he gets the media passes. So Jason works with this journalist or sports journalist, however you want to call him. And that's how he gets clearance into all these games. So getting a media pass obviously is for the media. And if you can connect with someone from the media, like a sports journalist, someone from a newspaper, anyone who can get that clearance, it'll be much easier to get into the game. And I actually personally took that advice from Jason, and I connected with a sports agency of a few friends that I met on Instagram, and they're actually going to give me credentials into a few other games that are coming up. So hopefully that works out. I will keep you guys posted. And then one more thing I wanted to share is I'm actually going to make this video into a series. So my long-term goal is to be able to work for a professional sports team, whether that's a collegiate team, a professional team for the NHL, MLB, any type of professional sports team. That's my long-term goal, to be employed by a professional team. And this is actually going to be the first video in my series where I'm basically starting day one, where I got very lucky and got to go to a professional game right off the bat. And you're going to see basically my road from today's game all the way to working professionally for a team. So this is going to be a recurring series. I'm going to try to update it as much as I can. If you guys like this type of content, just please like and comment on the videos. I'm so happy I'm able to make this type of videos and share these experiences and share my knowledge with you all. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.